it was 41-41 with 15 minutes left, and then you guys went on a 27-3 run. I guess what are your, obviously how important was
41 all with what?
15 minutes left, and then 27-3 run.
I didn't remember that score. I didn't remember that one. I didn't mean, I'm just trying to remember it. 41 all, 15 to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they called back up, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went on a what?
Just 27-3 run after that.
It was 27-3.
Yeah.
Because we don't keep track of, we don't.
Yeah.
Like sometimes after the games, you guys tell us that. I'm like, wow, we went on a 27-3 run. I didn't know that, but wow, what a game. Played just, I don't know. I don't even know where to start. Great defense. We really, our guys were so on point of taking care of the things that we felt like we needed to do that were so important. They were on it. Our effort was great. Recognition was great. Their decisions on the defensive end, for the most part, ours were so good. Memphis does a great job, and this is their style, and it's very effective. Look, they won 6 in a row. They went to Cincinnati and won. They went to Houston and won. And it's pretty good stuff. And not only won, but got away from both teams, if I'm not mistaken. Their style is they're very long, as we know, very athletic, very talented, very deep. They play a deep bench, and they basically make it a good part of the night very difficult to dictate from a coach's standpoint or from, just an offensive standpoint. So, for us, it's more about conceptually how we want to play and what decisions we want to make and what decisions we need not to make, the traps that you fall into. And I thought our guys on that side of it their concentration was great, their unselfishness was great, their willingness to follow a game plan. Early on, you could see we were a little excited to start the game. We forgot what we were trying to do. Honestly, it didn't look like this is not what we're trying to do right here. This is not it at the very beginning. And then when they settled in and we got our spacing where we wanted and got the decisions, it was good sailing. But to back on yours, I don't know. We just were playing great, and a lot of guys were playing great. Obviously, Kendrick was phenomenal the whole night. He was, gosh, including the one shot. You just have to smile. You have to laugh at the one shot that step back, step sideways, throw it up 30 feet, and it goes in. You just kind of have to smile about that. But he made a lot of them that you don't have to smile. They're just really good plays. But so many guys. Franklin was, wow, excuse me, so critical for us. Obviously, Tristan did not, was not able to play tonight. Jalen was not able to play tonight, and Franklin's minutes fantastic. Jamar did a really good job. Marcus, of course, is Marcus. He just is going to impact the game. You can just count. He's going to impact the game in a big way. Michael did not have maybe one of his better offensive nights, but what a stat stuffer he is. 4 blocks, 4 steals, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, or whatever it is. I don't know. About a whole bunch of everything. Maybe the 6 turnovers is not so good, but hey, you can live with it when he's trying so hard in so many other areas. Emmanuel's defense, as always, fantastic. When you sick him on somebody, he usually sicks them, and he was awfully good too. So I hope I don't leave anybody out. But just a great effort, great game, great crowd, and an important game, as we all know. This was a very, very important game for us. There's no such thing anymore. They're all going to be really important coming down the stretch. But Memphis is an outstanding team, and to get away from them like we did, heck of a night for our guys.
You talked about the size Memphis has. And as you said, Marcus gives you a lot of production every night, but between Marcus and Jamar and Franklin, you got 29 points, 17 rebounds. Are you surprised at their effectiveness against a front court that big?
Well, if I said I was surprised, then I'm kind of appreciating them. So I'm going to say absolutely not, because I do appreciate all of them. And I do believe that they're capable of that. And I think they think they're capable of that, and I hope that we see more of this moving forward.
Kendrick said that you wanted to play Wednesday, but you kind of decided, hey, we're not going to push you at this point. And then he comes back, obviously, and has that performance today. I guess, what can you say just about his ability to kind of fight through that ankle injury, bounce back now 27 today?
So I want to say he didn't practice Tuesday. He didn't go Wednesday. Thursday we had the day off. Friday we had a very light practice because we got back at 4 a.m. on Wednesday night, and we practiced in the morning. So even Friday morning, I could tell our guys we were all still dragging. We hadn't totally recovered. So what I'm saying is Kendrick was out. Might have been out Monday too. I think Monday. I can't remember. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday we don't even really do anything live. Practice is Friday, and you always kind of shorten your practice the day before a game. But we did go live at least. So he just did that on basically one day of practice, which shows two things. This time of the year, maybe you don't need that much practice, and two, how good of a player that he is. And I wasn't expecting that kind of a night out of him, but it just shows what a talent, what a competitor he is.
Do you remember him ever going a game without a single assist?
And you'd want to be disappointed or upset, but how could you possibly be upset with him after that? I'm just going to say, well, that's what the game dictated. So, but he has. If you're a guy like him, he does have a tricky dynamic, if that's the right word, because most high assist guys are always in assist mode. Like when you're playing, you're looking, you're finding, you're always trying to make a play for someone else. Most scorers, you got to be in your scoring mentality where you're aggressively seeking your shot on the ball, off the ball, whatever it is. And it's not that easy to flip that switch back and forth. It's just not. And he's done it a lot since he's been here. He's done it a lot this year where he'll score a good amount for a while, and then you can see he flips a switch and gets everybody involved. But I'm not faulting this at all. He was, my gosh, you could feel how badly he and everyone else, but they wanted to win this game pretty bad. When you want to win that bad, usually guys have some pretty great performances.
Do you also want to win it a little more, knowing that your former boss is on the other bench?
No, not that.
Is there any extra gratification?
No, for me, Coach Brown and I spent a lot of time together, and one of my motivations when I came here and this whole thing was I wanted him to go out on he's been in basketball forever, and he was somebody that I'd always really looked up to, and I wanted him to go out, in a real positive, happy way. And of course, things the way they ended here with probation and everything, that was sad. And but he still wants to coach. It's pretty amazing. He's now in his 80s, and I think it's an inspiration for a lot of people. It won't be for me. I'm not going to be coaching in my 80s. I hope I live to be in my 80s, but I am not going to be coaching him in my 80s. But I still have the same, I hope that when he's done, he's going out with a really good feeling and a smile. That's my hope for him.
Did you get a chance to visit with him, or did he say anything that you could share with us?
No, I wouldn't share it. No, but yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Kendrick's obviously wants to get back to an NCAA tournament, but he also definitely wants to win a Conference Player of the Year award, and he knows what that would kind of mean. What do you think about his argument for it, especially after a game like this where he comes after?
Well, I'm not big on trying to get individual honors, especially during the season. I'm big on pulling for, when the season's over, I'll be campaigning like crazy. He should be the player, But right now, I don't like thinking in those terms, and I think it can be counterproductive to think in those terms. But he certainly can make a case, and I'm proud of him for that. I don't mean this as a negative. I'm just saying I don't like thinking in those terms. I like to try to. I think those are dangerous thoughts. I think the thoughts are, how can I play a great game the next game, and how can I get better this week or whatever. And I think when people stay very narrow that way, it usually serves them best. But he's unique. He can play with all kinds of stuff on his plate and still perform. So yeah, I hope that we can finish really, really, really strong, and I hope that when all the dust settles that he gets the award that he deserves.
Joe mentioned the 27-3 run in the second half. Did you guys change anything schematically on the defensive end, or did Memphis cool off a little, or?
No,
What do you attribute that to?
I don't think we didn't change anything. We just reviewed kind of the scouting report things at halftime. We try to do that just to remind, okay, we're starting over. Remember, we're doing this on that. On this play, we're doing this. On this guy, we're doing this. And we just refocused, and then we talked about a few things that maybe we had given up that maybe we wouldn't give up in the second half. But really, the truth is, that wasn't a big change. That was just a reminder. So our guys, to their credit, just started playing even better defense and forcing a lot of tough shots and neutralizing the rebound. This is a team, you better not get whipped in the turnover category, which they can easily do to you because of the way they pressure and press and trap and get you all out of whack and speed you up, and you better not get whipped in the rebounds either. And now, these are two really easy things to tell your team beforehand, but the problem is you're playing them, and that length and that athleticism and that ability to rebound. And so, yeah, this is what we need to do, but it's going to be really, really hard. And so we were able to neutralize the turnovers and neutralize the rebounds so that they're not getting 15 more shots than we do. And so then it can become a basketball game maybe of even measures of you get it, I get it, you get it, I get it. And that's where we want the game with them. That's where we always want the game, unless we can win those by a sizable margin. We have not been a team. We've played some great defense this year. We've had some great defensive numbers. We've done some things that I'm just so proud of. Strangely, we don't force many turnovers, and it's not by design. It's not that we tell them, hey, whatever you do, don't go take the ball, and don't make them travel, whatever you do. I don't know why that is. Hopefully part of it is because we play solid and we don't what we call fish and miss and do some things that take yourself out of plays, but still, I wish we would force some more. We don't, so that means on our end, we've got to take care of the ball, or we can lose 6 or so possessions, meaning you get to shoot 6 more than we do. We're not a big team. Some teams rebound the ball better than us, and we try to neutralize every night. So that's our game within the game, basically against everybody we play. That's right where we start, and these guys know it. And again, for them to do what they did in those areas is for me is just fantastic.
Kendrick mentioned how you kind of managed him last week, sitting him out and things like that, as making sure he didn't get in the way of himself, basically recovery wise. How much of that are you going to have to do down the stretch, I guess, in the postseason
with him?
Yeah,
he looks pretty healthy now.
Yeah, he does.
So I'm not.
I don't know how the adrenaline is on that.
But he looks like he's pretty healed now.
Yeah.
But he was limping in the East Carolina game. He played, and I kept trying to take him out. He said he was okay, and then sometimes when you do that, then it can kind of get worse. It was never awful, don't get me wrong, but it was to where we're looking down the barrel of this season. I didn't want to risk that. I don't want to get it worse, and I'm just not never have been. I'm not a coach that I don't like guys to play injured. I just don't. There's a difference, and we try to tell our guys, there's a huge difference between being hurt and being injured. Everybody's hurting right now. Every guy on the floor that plays major minutes hurts. Their knees hurt, their hip hurts, their shoulder hurts, something hurts. You just hurt now. You just have to. Or you get knocked down in a game. It might hurt, but get your tail back up right now. If you're hurt, get up. If you're injured, stay down. If you're injured, don't play. If you're hurting, that's different. And I've never have been one to push guys when they're injured. I think, gosh, if my son were pushed, it's like, I wouldn't want my son to be playing injured, for gosh sakes, and risking real damage. So I've just always been very conservative on that. Doesn't mean I'm right. Other coaches, they push the envelope, but I've never felt good about that.
Franklin averaged 5 minutes a game coming into tonight. Obviously finishes with roughly 20 and, had season high rebounds and points for him. Was there maybe something you saw in the Memphis game last time that said, okay?
Yeah, that's one. He played great in the Memphis game. Another thing is he's just been playing really good. The Temple game, I felt really badly. They kept playing kind of small. Their lineup, I should have played. I told him that the other day in practice. I said, hey, you've done nothing wrong. You've been doing great. It's on me. I should have played you. That's my fault. And he's fantastic, and he's just the best human, and just, coach, don't worry about it at all. And so he just stays ready all the time. He's a great teammate, and he's earning more. Obviously, when he plays, he should be blaming me. He should be mad at me because really, when he plays, he does very well, and I'm happy for him. I'm really happy for him that he had a game like this, because I hope it catapults him. I hope it catapults his confidence. I know it does mine in him, and we need that right now. Of course, with Tristan, sometimes you don't know health-wise. He barely practices. You don't know whether he's going to play. And Frank and Jamar, you know what? I'm getting a lot more confidence in them, and it's great. So we can, even if Tristan's out, we have Frank, Jamar, and we have Marcus. So there's 3 guys that can play the 5. When Marcus is at the 5, we look like a 6 foot and under team, but still he manages it, and it's been working for us. But now, I have confidence in all those guys, and it's a huge luxury.
When Tristan sits a game, is it predetermined by you and the staff? We're going to give
No,
you
it actually,
off?
no, it's really him. We leave it, and he practiced yesterday and went to shoot around today, and literally I found out an hour and a half before the game that he didn't feel like he could. So that, sometimes it happens that way. Jalen, I found out probably 2 hours before the game that he was going to be out. So, that's normal. It's just college basketball. Never know. Stay on your toes. Don't fall asleep.
Any idea whether you'll have either of them Wednesday?
I don't know. Don't know at all. I think both would probably be a day-to-day thing, as I understand right now. Certainly Tristan is always. Yeah, it's not like there's a huge setback. It's just, so his is pretty much always day-to-day so far. Jalen, I don't know if it's a day or 2 or a week or what yet. We have to get a little better diagnosis on that.
Franklin talked about hearing some things pre-game from the Memphis players, and obviously with a big game, they didn't need extra motivation, but what does it say that they take pride in that name across the jersey, and that they're going to stand up for their teammates and for their team?
Love it. And I won't say what I heard, because I don't need to have any more, video things, motivational things to put for anyone else, but I did hear some things happen, and our guys were not having it, and I kind of like it. No, I really like it, actually, so I'm not sure of all the details. They probably spared me all the details, which that's kind of par for the course. I usually get partial details, so we'll see, but I do want them standing up for themselves and standing up for their team and their teammates.
Coach, you had a moment with the student section. What would you like to say about the fans?
I just love how they've been fantastic, and last game as well. They've just been, man. I mean, they're coming, they're supporting, the gym is rocking, but it's great to have everyone there. But we all know students are the ones that create havoc, right? And they're creating havoc. I think one of the coaches from previously, not long ago at all, I won't mention a name, but he was either complaining or complimenting. I'm not sure how it was, but I like that. In other words, he noticed. I want him to bother people, and I want him to help. They're helping us a lot. The noise, the electricity in the building right now is part, I can promise you, part of that score, of that final score. It's part of the final score of the Houston game. And that's why I just want them to know I really appreciate it. I didn't get around to all of them, but the ones right there in the middle, I'm standing right there, like I hear them the whole game, and I just appreciate them.
Anything else? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Steve, to answer your